Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank and in front of me is the 2023 Mercedes S580 MayBach. Let's go ahead and let's get into this review on this ultra luxury sedan. Is known as being the pinnacle of luxury when it comes to the Mercedes brand, and this one next to me is, I can understand why it's considered the pinnacle of luxury with Mercedes brand. This thing is as luxurious, I think, as it gets. The interior is insane, and for a price of $199,000, it's really not that bad in terms of what you get for that price. Kind of a budget Rolls Royce, if you will. Before we get into the review, I do want to thank Lorraine Sports Cars for lending me this car for today's review. I'll put the link in the description below, along with their link to the website, so you can check out any other cars they have. They are an Aston Martin and McLaren dealer, and occasionally they do get in some other brands like this. So let's talk about power in terms of the Mercedes MayBach. This one next to me, the 580, has a 4.0 liter V8 under the hood, with 496 horsepower with the 0 to 60 time about 4.1 seconds. Now, the S680, its older brother, has the V12 put in there, so that's gonna be significantly faster, along with having a lot more power than this one. And I think you don't really need anything faster than that. When you're getting a car like this, you're gonna probably be driven around in it, so there's really no need to have all that power under the hood. And for the price difference, you're better off just getting a V8, I think, because it really is a budget, use that term very loosely, luxury car at the end of the day. So let's go ahead, let's close the hood up now, and let's get into the review on some of the exterior styling on the MayBach. Starting off on the exterior front end of the 580 MayBach, it kind of resembles obviously an S-Class at the end of the day. This one just has a few other kind of differences that you'll see throughout the car that you can kind of, differentiate it than the standard S-Class, so that you don't get confused and you're a mere peasant S-Class instead of the MayBach. So starting off on the front end of the car, you could see we have this massive front end grille, tons of chrome and this exterior paint. On the front end, you can see we have a ton of cameras. We have sensors on the front end here as well. And in that chrome front grille, we have MayBach spelled out right there into the front end grille. Just below that now, you have a ton more chrome on this car, along with more parking sensors. Obviously, this car does have a 360-degree camera, which we get into in a little bit. All of the technology that this car has is truly amazing. It really is a technologically advanced car. Mercedes really did a good job, I think, in terms of developing this car and making it an ultra luxury car. One thing to also note that Mercedes did for some reason is that these vents down here and the one behind me are actually not functional. I don't know why, but on a $200,000 car, you're not getting a functional vent like this. One thing though is that the center one in here is functional. The radiator is obviously in there, but these two on the sides are not functional. Let's go ahead and let's move around to the side of the car. Now, the MayBach is obviously known for being an ultra luxury car, so that means that this thing is extremely long, and I mean really long.
That's what she said.
As you can see with me standing next to it, it kind of makes me look a little miniature. So, starting off on the front end, we have these signature MayBach rims. These things are beautiful. They kind of make the MayBach obviously look like it, and it kind of distinguishes itself against the S-Class crowd. These wheels are really big. They're 255 by 40 by 20s on here. The design of them is very unique. Like I said, it's kind of their signature wheels. Whenever you see this wheel on a Mercedes, you just assume that it is a MayBach. It's the standard thing. It's gonna be the same size on the front along with the back as well. Now, coming up just above that, you can see obviously we have more chrome trim going throughout here. We have a more lower end trim on here and these beautiful door handles. Now, the MayBach has integrated door handles, so when the car is locked and everything, they sit flush into here. And when we unlock the doors, they do pop out the handles on here too, which allow you to grab it. This is Mercedes Benz in here too, and allow you to open it. And again, when you lock the door, those go back into there, sitting nice and flush. Coming onto the rear end and just above the rear wheel, you can see we have the MayBach logo right on here. The double M's, very signature look in here as well. Coming around to the rear end of the car, we have two exhaust pipes obviously on the lower end. This car is very quiet at the end of the day. We'll give it a cold start in a second. We have the MayBach logo right here, the Mercedes logo, and then the S580 badge right there. The rear end, there's nothing too special about it back here besides just saying MayBach. It's gonna look like kind of any other S-Class that's out there. The car itself just looks like a normal S-Class, except for when you're on the side. You can see it's a little bit longer. Obviously, we have that emblem right there, and we have the signature wheels on here as well. Other than that, it kind of just blends in like a normal S-Class. Really won't know what it is unless you kind of know cars a little bit, or obviously if you see the name on it somewhere else, such as, you know, the front, the side, or the back. Let's go ahead though and let's get a cold start on the car. Again, it is a quiet car at the end of the day. It's meant for luxury, so I'm not going to be expecting too much. All right, guys, and as you heard right there, the car sounds pretty good, I guess, from a cold start, but then it quiets down really fast, and then you're really not going to hear much of anything else. Again, it's not really meant for that. Let's go ahead, though, and let's get onto the interior of this car, both the front and the rear end, because that's why you're buying this car in the first place. One thing to note about the key on here is that it is this beautiful key design. You obviously have your trunk unlock, your regular unlock for the car, and then your lock button, which is the Mercedes logo, and just underneath that, you could see the MayBach right under there. So nice little touch the Mercedes did, and of course it's finished in this chrome and black as well. Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Wow. All right, guys, we are now inside of the 2023 S580 MayBach, and oh my God, it feels really good back here. Now, as you can see, I sat in the back first and not the front because, let's be honest, you're gonna be buying this car and you're not gonna be sitting in the front a whole lot. What a feeling it is back here. Oh my God. So, initial impressions when you're sitting in the back of the car is it feels like I'm riding in first class on an airplane, but 10 times better. The amount of legroom that I have back here, again, being about 6'1", I have so much legroom, and that front seat is not reclined or anything like that. It's in a normal seating position where the person in front of me is gonna have plenty of room as well. We have ambient lighting all throughout this car. The doors, the center, the rear of the front two seats has ambient lighting. I mean, there's ambient lighting everywhere in the ceiling. Truly a really elegant feeling back here. On the door handles on these cars, you're going to have all of your controls for the rear seats back here. So you're gonna have all of the kind of like your just standard Mercedes controls right here where you can move everything like this. You have your front feet adjustment here as well. Obviously, yes, we have cooled seats and heated seats on here. We have memory seats. Coming onto the screen in front of you though, this thing has massaging seats like no other. We have classic massage, wave massage, where you can control the left side, the right side, different intensities, hot relaxing back, hot relaxing shoulders, mobilizing massage, activating massage, and workout backrest. We even have calf massages. Never skip leg day. What an unbelievable car this is. Oh my God. So going through here, we have, again, like I said, you can control the left seat, the right seat. Oh, I feel them. I have it on intense right now. That feels really good. We have different seating positions that we can do on here. You can change your climate control to whatever you want. You can change your ambient lighting back here as well. So, a couple other things to note on the back end. Obviously, in the rear seats, we do have little stowaway areas in here. We have the MayBach logo engraved back here as well. And yeah, this is just like a little storage area in here. You're not gonna have any tray back here or anything like that that comes out right here. The center area, we do have a wireless phone charger in here. We do have a little button right here that you give a little click to. Allows you to store a couple of other things in here. We do have your central air control unit right here for both the rear seat passengers. Do have a little storage area in the center here with another wireless phone charger along with 2 USB-C ports. And in the center right here, you can pull that back, and that gives you direct access into the trunk back here if you need it. So when you sit this right up, you do have this little third seat area. It's not going to be the most comfy, you know, compared to these two, but definitely comfy at the end of the day. Also, one thing to note, on my neck and on the back here are these beautiful MayBach pillows. MayBach really is known as being the ultra luxury and ultra comfort car at the end of the day, and I really understand why, and I understand why people buy them. For the price of $199,000, it really is insane what this car features and how different it is and how comfortable and how luxurious it is back here compared to like what your normal S-Class is going to be. We have this beautiful lower area pillow right here again. So when you're extending out your whole lower portion of your feet. You can bring this all the way up. I mean, it's just crazy. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I can get used to this. It's not even fully reclined, but I mean, I'm just sprawled out right now. All right, guys, we are now in the front seat of the car. I kind of got a little bit lost back there, to be honest, because it is so comfortable. I forgot I was honestly filming a video and wish I was buying this car, but obviously I can't. Let's talk about the front end of the car. We're gonna do a little bit of a different style right now, and I might actually hold the camera throughout the front of here so we can kind of get moving through this video. This car has 800 miles on it. It is a really beautiful interior on the front end too. The front end of the car is going to be similar just to the newer S-classes. The main differences in terms of a Maybach are going to be the rear end of the seats. So starting off when you're getting into here, you can see we have a more beautiful ambient lighting all throughout this car. It is everywhere in this car, and I love the look of it. It's in there. It is up in the roof as well. We have a beautiful dual sunroof on here too, almost a panoramic roof, but we do have that kind of area in the center. So I guess you can call it a panoramic roof if you really want. Interior materials on here are going to be leather, this wood finish, and chrome. That's really kind of all that this car is going to have. You do have a little bit of this piano black finish too in here in the center, and that's really it. Immediate impression sitting in the car. Obviously, your ideal position is going to be in the back of the car, but if you're going to be driving the car, sitting in the front is also just as comfortable. These seats are beautiful. They are cushioned. They look phenomenal, and you do have these pillows on here too. Along as the rear, you do have these pillows on the front as well. The front seats as well do have massaging features, just like the rear end, which is really nice. We do have this full brand new to Mercedes digital cluster on here too. The steering wheel on here is big, it's bold, it's luxurious, it's wrapped in leather and piano black finish with a large Mercedes logo in the center. We do have all of your controls on here as well. They are all buttons, and some of them are touch, like the volume control where you could just run your finger up and down on it. All of your controls for the seating position are kind of like standard Mercedes. They're all going to be on the door and in this kind of a position, along with your heated seats and your cooled seats. Now, when you're getting into the car and you're starting the car up, you do have this engine start and stop button right up here, along with auto start. And your gear selector is going to be like kind of the older, you know, kind of like any other kind of typical Mercedes, where it's this little gear stock right here, where it allows you to adjust everything in here, and you push the little button in right here for park. Now, in between these ambient lighting right here, you can see on the upper portion, we do have all of your air vents right here, which are all adjustable. And then we have this large wood grain finish area right here in the center. I really like the look of it. Obviously, it makes it look a little bit more elegant in terms of it being this wood grain finish instead of like a flat black or something like that. I like the wood grain here. I'm sure other people aren't going to, but I personally think it looks good and it matches this car. Now, when you go ahead and give that little dynamic mode button a press in, this other screen pops up, which is really nice. You have Maybach mode, which is like an ultra comfort mode. So this is when you're going to be in the most comfortable driving position ever, when you're going to be driving someone in the back. You can see up here, it tells you everything is in the maximum comfort mode. Your engine is going to be as quiet as possible. Your suspension is going to be as soft as possible too, giving you that cloud-like feeling when you're driving this car around. Going back into that, you have normal comfort mode where everything changes up on here. You have sport mode on here. Everything is also touchscreen along with using this guy. And then the last one on here is individual mode where you could change everything up however you want. Just next to that is going to be your 360-degree camera. Like I was mentioning on the outside, this car has an excellent camera system. So when you give that a press, not that one, when you give that a press, this beautiful top-down 360-degree camera comes up. Gives you a little kind of virtual Maybach look in here too, where you can kind of move it around and see the car from the outside. And you can see everything else around you too and where you are. Again, the camera system in here is phenomenal. You can see my truck right there. We have a Snap-on truck right there and a couple of other cars surrounding us. It's able to pick everything else up. We have the McLaren right back there and the Aston Martin right there. Really cool feature that this car has. I like the way that everything looks. I think it looks very impressive, and I think Mercedes did a really good job. They've always kind of done a really good job in terms of their technology. Next other kind of thing you have in here is this little car logo right here. It just pulls up this other kind of little area for your vehicle settings and functions. You have heads-up display, which is right there. You can kind of see it a little bit. You have 3D driver display, on and off. That just pretty much puts it up on here. You can also adjust your ride height from here as well. And this is where you can enter your manual shifting mode as well, because this car does have paddle shifters on it. Not like you would really ever be using it. So this car really has exceeded my expectations in terms of interior luxury and quality. Just in front of here also, we do have 2 cup holders, 2 USB ports, another wireless phone charger for the up front passengers, another phone charging area and storage area right here. In the center right here, we do have your little area for storage, and again, 2 more charging ports in there. Everything feels great. And when you want that closed, just give that a press, and then everything turns into this flat black piano finish look. And we do have 1 more storage area right back here. So let's go ahead and let's jump outside of the car and let's wrap up this video. Just before we wrap up this video though, I do want to take a look at the rear end trunk on this car, because this thing is massive as well and allows for plenty of storage for suitcases and anything else you may need. It is all fully electronic and controllable from your key, along with the inside back here as well. You know, the subwoofer is in here, so kind of eats away at a little bit of the space on this side. But other than that, I think there's plenty of room back here for anything you may need. And we do have your little toggle switch if you somehow end up trapped in the trunk of a MayBach. So let's go ahead and let's give this a close, which is right up here. And let's wrap up this video. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up today's video on the Mercedes S580 MayBach. It truly is a luxurious car and an ultra luxury car. I want to again thank Long Island Sports Cars for letting me come out and film this car and review it today. I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know in the comments below if this is a car that if you had the money to, you would pick up for yourself and drive around, or have someone else drive you around in it. With that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys all in the next one. Remember to hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, and comment below if you like this car or not. Take care, guys, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Bye.